Hi guys, welcome back. I'm very excited. We have hit start of November now, which obviously means Christmas prep is going to be in full swing very soon. So today is all about gift giving. It's gift giving for foodies and people that love food and drink. And yeah, it's going to be stuff that they're actually going to love, actually going to use. So let's get into it. Okay, so something that I think works really well is for the people that love like picky bits or hosting or even just like making their own dinners a little bit more interesting are these picky bits dishes. So you could get these from charity shops if you're someone that sort of wants to save a bit of money and then just wrap them up really beautifully. I sometimes think that can be a great way to sort of save money but get something that is like actually still really kind of like versatile and good quality. So you can very easily get all these different ceramic dishes from charity shops, especially the really big ones in warehouses. So different sizes, terracotta. You could also get coloured ones. And believe it or not, these were actually from a garden centre here in the UK. They're from Dobby's. So yeah, my dad found these and he wanted to get them for me. And I just thought it was such a good idea for a Christmas present for people that love doing like picky bits dinners. And also I think the key thing for all of these gifts, it really makes a difference in the wrapping. So if you can find some really beautiful, I've seen some like Harlequin, sort of almost like circus style wrapping that's full paper and it's like really gorgeous colours. If you wrap something up, then don't worry about getting something secondhand if you want to save a bit of money. Like people understand, and I think it's more about the thought of the gift anyway, isn't it? The next thing is kind of all the seasoning, herbs and spices, but sort of ones that are a little bit more unusual that someone wouldn't normally go out and get themselves. So I have some examples here of ones that I would really recommend if you're here in the UK, and I don't know, maybe they ship to America, so have a look if you are based in the US. The first one is called Pimp Your Mayo, and this flavour is the black truffle and porcini. And this is basically a seasoning which is like a powder, and it smells incredible. And you basically put a pinch into your mayonnaise or yogurt or whatever you're having with your meal, and it literally tastes like a truffle mayonnaise. So it's kind of quite a luxury thing. I think it's about £8. So it's kind of quite cute. If you wrap it up really nicely, that would be lovely. And then these are actually by my friend Connor. His name is Connor Field, and these are called Field Blends, and they are gorgeous little gold brass coloured camping tins, and they have some really unusual flavours that your friends like definitely wouldn't go and buy like normally for a dinner. So they've got a maple chili salt, and this one is a lemon, sumac and green herb. These are like nearly empty, I can't even hear anything in them. So I'll need to stock up on these, but they also, I think, are doing a Christmas seasoning blend. So hopefully they've not sold out those. If they have, then they're doing very well. But go and have a look. I'll of course like put everything in the description. But yeah, if you've got a few bits of those, put them in a little basket or a little box and wrap them up, that would be so cute. Okay, this one is for the girlies or anyone that just loves cute glassware. So these are two different cocktail glasses. So what I think would be really cute is to, again, you can find them secondhand. A lot of charity shops do really, really gorgeous glassware, crystalware that's like, you know, costs £1 for a set of 4. So these ones are, I think, actually from Oliver Bonus, but they're a really sort of floral, sort of fluted design, really cute. And I think these ones are just IKEA, but I just think they're sort of timeless. And yeah, so a set of these, and then you could also pair it with some like cocktail seasonings. So for example, Angostura bitters, it's kind of, I don't know if it's what you'd call it, a liqueur, I'd just call it bitters to be honest. But anyway, it's very delicious, and you could very nicely pair a set of cocktail glasses with some cocktail seasoning and like encourage people to kind of have their own cocktail night at home. Now, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok or wherever with my recipes, you probably know that I'm half Spanish. So in our family, olive oil is like an essential. And I feel like sometimes for Christmas gifts, people get things and like they just don't use them. So for foodies, a great option is just genuinely to get a really beautiful quality like olive oil or olives. So here's two that I'd recommend. I'll put them in the description as well. We've got Simperello olives, these are the spicier ones. And then I don't even know where my dad got this, but this is the one that he's been using recently, and it smells such a like a strong, oh, so good, such a strong olive oil, and yeah, really nice kind of drizzling over sort of whatever, soups, salads, dressings, over meats once you've cooked it. So yeah, I definitely recommend those. And you could, again, if you bought a tapas dish, for example, say you bought a larger tapas dish, you could then sort of put them in here, wrap it up like that, and have it as a really cute little gift. Now, if you're obsessed with crockery like I am, I actually went, you might have seen on my Instagram stories that I actually went to the Leeds Mondego outlet recently, and you can buy crockery, some really big stuff, even bigger than this, down to really small things like this one that I bought as well. And it's basically you pay the price per kilo, so pretty much everything in there was about £5.50 per kilo. This huge dish, like if I put it right by my face you can see, this is like a gorgeous kind of lasagna or a crumble dish, an oven-proof dish for £8. I think it was £8.80. And I got this to have like starters and olives and feta or whatever that I'm gonna do in that, I haven't decided yet. That was like £4, so I got both of these for £12. So it would be so good if you're up north or you're planning a trip to Leeds. It's just on the outskirts of the city, so you don't need to go into the centre. You know, a gorgeous big piece of crockery or kitchenware that someone can use that's a little bit decorative but kind of also timeless is a really good way to go. Right, I should have shown you these at the start because I feel like tea and coffee is the kind of thing that you should normally show at the start of these things, maybe because they're just like things that you'd have in the morning. But anyway, yeah, so these are two things that I would very much recommend. And again, they're kind of versions of things that people wouldn't necessarily go and buy themselves. So if you're if you've got someone that's a little bit of a tea snob, but they, you know, they love to try new things. This is a Marks & Spencer shortbread tea. You've probably already seen it because it's been out for a few years already. And then the Tea Pigs, this is the snooze one, but they have so many different options. But anyway, yeah, these are really beautiful teas. This is more of like an evening-y one, definitely for winding down. And then I have this in the evening as well, I don't know what I'm saying. Both of these I have in the evening, but I know people that do have like the shortbread tea as their morning tea. So for Christmas, it is really exciting to sort of wake up and know that the January ahead, you've got some really nice tea. And again, like obviously these are only sort of a few pounds each, but again, wrap them up beautifully. You could even give it to a friend with like a really beautiful Christmas mug or a mug that they can use all year round. And it's kind of a really low cost, but really cute gift. And it's kind of, you know, shows that you know that person is a tea lover. Also, I just thought you could also buy like a really fun like tea print, and me and my friend actually designed a tea print, which was also a tea towel at the time. But anyway, it's a wall print, so you could actually buy that. I'll link it as well because it was such a gorgeous print. It's really brightly coloured, and yeah, she's such a talented illustrator. So I'll put the link to the print there because you can get them from I think A5 all the way up to, you know, A1. So yeah, that's a really good idea for a tea or coffee lover. Okay, so the next thing is like one of my favorite things. Now, it's crockery, but there's very specifics to this one. So independent markets where, you know, people make them in their garden and they don't have a commercial kitchen. So it's not like the Mondego outlet where I got that massive one from, where they have just loads and it's really cheap. This is a bit more expensive, so I think this was about £25, maybe £30, and this is what Lewis bought for me last Christmas or the year before. So we were in Sheffield and they have amazing independent markets there. If you're from there, I'm sure you know that Sheffield's really good for kind of small like artisan crafts and foods and stuff. But anyway, we went into the market and I found this, and it was just such a beautiful kind of handmade item that the woman sort of made it in her garden shed and had a kiln. And there's a little maker's mark here. I can't remember who it's by, annoyingly, but it was so beautiful. This, hopefully you can see all like the different glaze colours and stuff. But it was really nice, and it's quite small, but obviously like someone's put so much time and effort into that. And I think just buying something like that you can use every single day, it's just so lovely, and the makers really appreciate it as well, obviously because they're smaller makers, and Christmas time is the best time of year that they get lots of sales. So if you can go support smaller businesses, then that's a great option too. So I've just brought you to the glass cabinet at home. This is my parents' house, but this middle section is kind of my stuff. So just sort of give you some inspiration. You could also get these really cute kind of little dessert dishes for things like, you know, tiramisu and trifle and I don't know, yogurt and berries in the morning. So that's kind of a way to make a kind of breakfast or a dessert quite cute. This was another mug. This was one that I got in Costa Rica, again by like a really handmade, there's the maker's mark if you can see. And yeah, it was really cute. And I just wanted something to remember Costa Rica by that wasn't kind of, you know, a fridge magnet or something that, I don't know, that's sort of more common, I guess. And yeah, so that was a really nice present. You could also get some fancy little shot glasses. These are just very simple colours, but you know, you could go and get some really beautiful ones that are a little bit more expensive or funky in whatever design way. And then just to show you, this is what I got. Hopefully it zooms in on the pattern. So this is a very old kind of vintage pourer, but where you can see all the different strawberries. I think there's a plum and some grapes. There's all sorts of things. But I just thought if you're into kind of the vintage style of things, charity shops are such a good way to go. I genuinely think that was 50p where I got it from in Sheffield. So that was great. And sorry, I also just had to show you this, what my parents have. They have some kind of, what looks like effectively marble, probably not marble, but whatever it is, some gorgeous stone, maybe sherry glasses. I'm not sure exactly what they are. If you know your alcohol more than me, then you'll know. But anyway, how nice are those if you wanted to get someone something a bit more unusual? So this is a present I think is such a good idea. It's basically a picnic blanket, but it's not any picnic blanket. So for the people that love kind of, you know, picky bits, lunches in the summer and, you know, going on maybe colder walks in the winter when you want to kind of sit down and have a cozy cup of tea in the park or something like that, this is incredible. It is the best picnic mat I have ever seen, ever bought. I absolutely love it. It's by a small business called Partner in Wine, by Lucy, who runs it. And I don't know her super well, but I have messaged her before on Instagram, and I did buy this, I think a few years ago. She had a sale. So it was slightly more expensive than kind of, I don't know, what a normal picnic blanket might be. I think I got it for about £90 in the sale, but knowing that it would kind of last me for years and it was supporting a smaller business. But for a foodie, it is so good. They have different colours. I think she does a pink one, a sage green one that I got, and then I think she's done like a desert sand, more neutral colour, which is obviously great for the neutral babes over there. And yeah, I think this is such a good, it's so padded, it's huge, it's like 2 by 2 meters, it's absolutely massive. You can fit like 6 or 7 people on it, easy. And yeah, it's just a really nice, really high quality picnic mat, and I would highly recommend. This is just to show you kind of the size of it. It is quite a big one. If I put it on the floor there, that's a 60 centimetre tile. So it's a very good size picnic blanket, and I have used it so much over the past few years since I've had it, and I will definitely tag the small business that I got it from. It's got some gorgeous tassels. Black is the other side so it doesn't get stained by the ground. So here's a few of the bits that I was just talking about, and yeah, that's the truffle and porcini. It's called Pimp Your Mayo. I think I got that at Burford Garden Centre near Oxford, in case you're down there. And then yeah, these are the different flavours of the field blend. So that's the maple chili salt, and then a few others that I didn't mention, smoky peach and jalapeno. And this one is a really unusual one. We've not actually tried it yet, just because we're nervous about trying it. But this is smoky chili and coffee. So that's the one we need to try. But that is empty. That is empty. And that, oh no, that has a good amount in. But yeah, they're really nice, handmade. Let me just show you. There we are, really nice handmade seasonings. You can see how much flavour is packed into there. And yeah, it's a really nice brand. My friend is part of it. So yeah, I'd recommend those. I think this year what I'm also going to do is I think I'm going to go quite maximalist this year with wrapping paper. So the circus themed, the Harlequin one that I mentioned earlier, I'll pop up here the one that I mean if I can find it. Hopefully it just wasn't on like an advertising billboard. Hopefully they're actually selling it. And some other ones that I've seen, and I'll pop the links below as well. And yeah, I think I'm going to go maximalist. Some really fun papers and like either some velvet bows or some really thick yarn or string, something like that. And yeah, I just think it's really fun to do that. I think you can also make some, which is a bit more environmentally friendly than obviously kind of metal and plastic papers. If you get pastel paper, I'm pretty sure poster paint, which is kind of what kids use for their arts and crafts, I'm pretty sure it's water-based, which means you can kind of wash it out of your clothes easily, but you can also put it onto paper, and then I'm pretty sure you can recycle it after, but maybe double check that before you quote me on it. But yeah, I think this year, you know, not spending loads on presents is absolutely fine. Don't feel guilty if you know you're worried about money, and just make them look really nice with some sort of low cost but beautiful wrapping paper. I've just realised something that I didn't mention that is really good, and I actually don't have one. So, you know, if you're someone that wants to buy me a Christmas present, present, you're very welcome to. But what I have seen for like years and years, I think it's just because I haven't got a proper place, I haven't bought a house yet, which we're hoping to do next year, but you know, I kind of want a place so I can then design things around it. But you know, when you get those sort of cocktail sticks, like olive sticks, and they're beautiful like metal ones, and they have kind of little animals or kind of little ornamental parts to it, you could get someone those, and you could also get the wine icons, identifiers, where it's kind of they're small. I think if you type in wine charms, I think it will come up. But it's basically, if you're at a party and you want to put your drink down, but you want to remember which is yours, it kind of tags, it's like a little metal keyring circle, and you just clip it onto the bottom of your wine glass, and each one has a different coloured charm, or it's a different coloured band, and you get some really beautiful and elegant ones. I'll try and scour Pinterest and put some photos here, but you can get some really nice ones, and I think that would be such a nice gift as well. You can actually also give someone a gift of like a tapas dish, a really nice like jar of olives, and some of those sticks as well. That would be so cute. And then finally, another one, which is probably something you do see a lot, but I thought I'd bring it up anyway. So Liars, they are a brand that do non-alcoholic cocktails and liqueurs and stuff. So I think non-alcoholic ones, people tend to not get drinking gifts for people that don't drink, obviously. But there is such a good range of like non-alcoholic sort of spirits and wines. I will put in the description some of the ones that I've had that I genuinely really like. And this is effectively kind of an espresso martini kind of thing that if you added some, maybe, I don't know if Bailey's do a non-alcoholic one, but if they do, then I would add it to this for someone that doesn't drink. And that would be gorgeous, like a Bailey's espresso martini. So you could gift someone this, maybe with some gorgeous cocktail glasses that you found at that charity shop, and dress them up really prettily, if that's a word. And yeah, Liars are a really good company. This is not an ad or anything, by the way. Nothing in here is an ad. It is just genuine recommendations for brands that I've loved over the years. So they came from some free advertisement, which is great for them. But yeah, highly recommend that.